Welcome back to Mastering Sales with Brent Gove. I'm your host. Great to see you. And we are building leaders. We are leaving a legacy, and we are learning how to implement leverage in our lives. So great to have you here. Today, I'm gonna cover one of my favorite questions, and it was all kind of generated by when we left the cruise ship Sunday morning out in Galveston, Texas, headed to Houston. It's like a 90-minute drive, and we got a driver, and we ended up talking to him, and he said, wow, the day before was a real estate guy. You're a real estate guy. Maybe I should do real estate. He's got 5 kids. He's got a crazy life, but he was a sweet guy, had a sweet spirit. I go, man, you should do real estate. So I launched on him, and that trip from Galveston to Houston, someone's mic's on too. I'm not sure who it is, but they're David Lawson. Your mic is hot, baby. There you go. Thank you, David. Thank you, buddy. So here's the deal. I launched on it. It felt like a 20-minute car ride. And we went from Galveston to Houston, 90 minutes. It was over. I'm like, are we here? He goes, yeah, we're here. Poor guy. But his name is Clayton. And I said, Clayton, you're getting in real estate. You're not going to be driving people. You're going to make $10,000 a house. You're going to sell 1 or 2 every month. You'll make 10 to 20,000 a month. And I drove by, I go, look, as we drove by, there it was, Clayton Holmes. That was his name. We're going about 80, and I couldn't turn my phone on. I turned around and just went snap at the sky. I didn't know if I caught it. Then I zoomed in, and I got it perfectly. Clayton Holmes. I go, this is a sign, buddy. So this is actually on the text thread of Clayton Thompson, my buddy. And then I ended up getting him. So here he is, because we love people. There's Clayton Thompson. He is an amazing guy, father of 5. There's my wife and I. We ended up going to a golf club. We were there 8 hours early for our flight home, so we ended up playing golf in Houston. So he dropped us off at a golf club and says, we were almost at the airport. I'm like, turn, let's go to the golf club. We'll hang out there all day and have a good time. But here's the deal. I said, here's what I do if I was brand new, because he's brand new. And I love this question when people ask it. What would you do if you were brand new in real estate today? If you had to start all over and parachute into Phoenix, into Hilton Head, into Charlotte, into Nashville, into Miami, what would you do? Now, for me, write this down. Number 1, I kick in massive action. Now, you can apply that to door knocking. You can apply that to warm calling. You can apply that to open houses. You can apply it to YouTube. What do you mean YouTube? If you go, hey, Sean, hey, have you got a buyer for your listing on Castle Peak Drive yet? This is a script. And they go, no, do you have one? I go, no, but I have a YouTube channel. I'd like to go showcase your listing. I think it's amazing. Can't believe you haven't seen it yet. Would it be okay if I filmed it and marketed it and help, and I'll give it, you can have the marketing and give it to your sellers, and I'd like to showcase it and help you get it sold. Maybe I'll find a buyer and we'll both get paid. Would that be okay? 99% of the agents you talk to are going to say yes. And then send a little email, please confirm. And then you could actually go there with your iPhone. The guy I know did this, started with an iPhone. He just started filming other people's listings, OPM, other people's money, OPL, other people's listings. And he ended up getting like 100 listings on a Zoom channel. Pretty soon, people started going, oh my gosh, this guy's successful. He started getting $1 million listing after $1 million listing. They just assumed that he had all those. None of them were his listings. He goes, hey, if you want to know about Castle Peak Drive, call me. Brent Gove, I'll tell you all about this wonderful listing. They assume it was his. He had 100 of them. So people go, okay, I'm going to go with this guy, this gal. It's safe. If you're in commercial real estate, do buildings, but get permission, get it in writing. I'll say it again, get permission. I start off with the verbal phone call, text. Hey, Robert Warner, got a quick sec? Yeah, what's up? Call him. Hey, Clark Broom, got a sec? He says, yeah, what's up? Call him. Hey, Tristan O'Grady, you got a sec? Yeah, what's up? Call him. I don't text them back. Well, can I go to YouTube channel? Like, well, I don't know how to have a YouTube channel. Find any 15-year-old. They'll get you a YouTube channel. Takes 3 seconds. And then you put your film, upload it to the YouTube channel. All of a sudden, you are the guy for Scottsdale. You are the gal for Gilbert, Arizona. You are the guy for Dallas. You are the gal for New Orleans. And you put up all, so that's one thing, massive action. Now, for me, you all know I'm an open house guy. So I told Clayton I would get 30 signs. Most people get 6. I got 6 signs from Coldwell Banker. I was a RE/MAX agent. My parents were Coldwell Banker agents. I didn't have signs. When you're new, you don't have signs. So I borrowed 6 Coldwell Banker open house signs as a RE/MAX agent. And then there was only one problem. I didn't have any listings. So I asked my mom and dad, can I hold your listing up? They're like, yeah, sure, I guess. So I got this okay listing it was called Sun River in Rancho Cordova. Rancho Cordova is an okay suburb of Sacramento at best. Okay's being nice. And Sun River though is pretty decent, so it's better than that. It's a C+ area. And I did as a Remax agent, I held a Coldwell Banker listing open. Nobody cares. They have no idea. And I'm handing my Remax card. Then I go, hey, wait a minute. It says Coldwell Banker, the sign, your Remax, what's that about? Nobody cares what brokerage you work for. Get that out of your head. And then guess what? And all the signs said Coldwell Banker, all 6 of them. Took me 10, 15 minutes to put the signs out. And 3 people showed up in 3 hours. It was pretty depressing. The last couple, I was so desperate to get their contact info. I followed them all over the car. They're like, no, we got your card. We'll call you. And they jumped in the car and laid rubber and burned it out of the court, and it didn't work out. I'm like, open houses don't work. But later, I learned how to do them right. And I would do 30 signs. And nothing said Remax, nothing said Keller Williams, nothing says EXP, and because it's wasted. You don't go to if you're in your favorite resort town and you're like, I would love to retire here, move to Scottsdale, move to Monterey, Carmel, I'd love to move to San Diego. Do you go into the open house in San Diego because it says Coldwell Banker or Remax or Compass? You could say Castle Peak Realty. You don't care. So why use the space on the sign to advertise EXP or Compass or Sotheby's? Don't do it. I put on there free list of area homes. That's why they come in. Because you ever see people drive up, drive slow, and drive away because it's a 2-story and they got a bad knee? They don't want a 2-story, or they don't like the architecture of the home. They don't like the neighborhood there. So you can hear the gravel crunching under the tires, then they speed off. You don't have. That's like a pitcher looking at home plate and walking to the dugout. If he pitches the ball at home plate, at least you have a chance to swing the ball and swing the bat, hit the ball. So what drove them into my open houses was having 30 signs. It was like, everywhere. It took me an hour. You're like, well, I'm not sure I'm willing to do that. Well, I was, but I would get 50 to 100 people to my open houses. And the key was the free list of area homes. That's why they come in. And my list was the vacant home list. You can't get it on Zillow. Oh, we have a Drip, we have Redfin, we have Zillow. Oh no, this list, they're all vacant. These are all desperate sellers. This is what I call my desperate seller La Jolla list, my desperate sellers in Beverly Hills list. This is my desperate sellers of Seattle. Because let me ask you a question. If you move from your home in Seattle or Scottsdale to XYZ, wherever you go, Vail, Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and now you're making 2 mortgage payments, not 1, you're making 2. The first month they drop 4, 5, 6 grand on that empty house. Trust me, they're like, we literally took a lighter and $5,000 of cash and we burned it. They become very what? Motivated. Some of them are even desperate. So nobody can get you this list but me. I'm the only one who publishes this list. All I need is your email if you want to receive it every week. I publish it, write down the word publish. I publish this list every Friday. You can't get it through Zillow, but they don't know. They get an MLS feed and they don't get to pull which ones are vacant or occupied. It's a security risk. If Zillow and Redfin were able to get that information and publish it, thieves would go, oh, these homes are all vacant. Let's break in and go steal Sub-Zero refrigerators and Wolf ovens, and they would, or they're vacant, but they've got stuff in them. So this is not information you could get from anyone but me. So why do they need you? Because you published the vacant home list, the desperate seller list. And I tell them that whole strategy. I go, if you put your home on the market for $950,000 and people are offering you 700, 750, maybe or 8, and you're like, man, if I don't get my price, I'm not selling. You just stay. You're not desperate. You live in the house. Now, if you thought it was worth 900, and you get offers at 650, 750. No one's anywhere near 9, or it sits there for a couple of months. Guess what? Like, let's drop the price 50 grand, 100 grand. Well, but they don't always do that. Yes, they do. I tell the buyers that. So everyone thinks the price is 9, the price is really 8. How would you like to get access to the desperate seller list? I just need your email. They're like, yeah, give me our email. They give me their email. They've just made the biggest mistake of their life. They've made a horrific mistake. What are you talking about? Oh, baby, it's on. We're exchanging information now. Now we're exchanging information. I said, my next words out of my mouth, my script, and you can get a copy of today's copy is, hey, I don't want to send you homes at 300,000, homes at 3 million or 13 million. What price range are you shopping? Oh, yeah. We're looking more like between 800 and a million. I said, great. So everything under 8, I'm not going to send you. Well, send us stuff up to 6. We'll go 6 to a million. Good. So anything at 1,050,000, 1,000,001, I'm not going to send you. But when you put it like that, go to 1,000,001. So now I'm saying everything between 6 and 1,000,001. So, and just anything, yeah, anything. So you're okay with the 2-bedroom, 1-bath? Well, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. See, we're exchanging information. I'm asking questions. Go, what's your minimum bedrooms and bath? Well, that would be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath minimum. Let me ask you a question. If I found a 2-bedroom, 2-bath that had a loft you could turn into an office, would you do that? Yeah, we do that. Okay, so then I go 2-2. Because everyone else is order takers. They're looking for 3-2s. I'm now looking for 2-2s, right? Same thing. I got to have a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. What if I found you a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath, and the 5th bedroom was a giant bonus room you could turn into an office? Would that work? No, it would not work. I have to have 5. Okay. But sometimes I get that. Other times I go, yeah, that'd work. So now I get to look for 4 bedrooms. Is it easier to find a beautiful home that has 4 than 5? When they have to have 5 bedrooms, when they have to have a 4-car garage, there are less 4-car garage. It's called supply and demand. There is a lower supply of 4-car garages than there are 3-car garages. What's the biggest supply? 2-car garages. So I always back it back down. What if I found you a 5,000 square foot home on an acre, but it had a 2-car garage and it's got everything? Would you do it? You could build a 2-car garage or a 3-car garage right next to it. Oh, I do that. Well, that's a person who just told me I have to have a 4-car garage. You got to ask questions. Now, square footage, oh yeah, just send us whatever, we don't care. So 1,200 square foot homes, okay? Well, no. I mean, we're 800 to 1 million. We got to have 3,000. Okay, 3,000 square foot. So let me ask you a question. If your dream home comes up and it's on 2 acres, not an acre, it's got the view, it's got a pool, a waterfall, it's got a 5-car garage, has everything you want, backs up to a greenbelt that's 2,000 protected acres, but it's not 3,000 square feet. It's 2,875 square feet. Would you look at it with an open fall? Yeah, we'd look at that. See, the order takers are looking 3,000 square feet or more. And I go, what if it was a super open floor plan, lots of windows, but it was 2,675 square feet? Okay, I see what you're saying. Go ahead and drop it to 25. They've been telling every agent they've met for the past 3 months to do 3,000 or more square footage. Now I got permission to look down at 2,500 square feet. Is it easier to find a 2,500 square foot home? Are they going to be nicer? Yes, they are. And so you want to get the square footage down. You want to get the bedroom count down. When they say, I have to have a pool, you get all their questions. You want a view? Yeah, I want a view. You want it 2,000 and newer? No, I want it 2010 and newer. What if I find one that's 2019? $1 million view of the river, the ocean, the lake. It's got what you want. It has everything you want. I mean, it's the ocean's there. It is stunning. They put $250,000 into the kitchen. It was their forever home. It was their forever home. Has everything you want, but no pool. And the price, you wanted to go up to 3 million, it's 2.5 million. But it has plenty of room to put a pool in. And they just told you it has to have a pool. Would you look at it at least? They go, yeah, we totally look at that. Now I'm able to look at homes that don't have pools. Again, if you look at the market and they're saying, I must have a pool, all the order takers are, okay, must have pool, check. And they look, there's nothing there. Me, I'm looking for homes without pools because I stole them on the fact that they could put one in. If it was the right, all the other things were right. And so they want to put you in a box. Here's a box. Your job is to kick down the square footage wall, the age of the home. Got to be 2000 newer. What if it was a 1998, had everything you want, and it's better shape than a home that's 2005? Okay, I look at that. Now I'm looking at homes in the 90s. They sell for way less. I can get them a much nicer home. 3-car garage, I go back to a 2. Has to have a pool, right? I get rid of the pool feature. I show them. And so why am I good at this? Because I did a lot of it. I was terrible at it. In order to be good, you must be terrible. Now you can be terrible for 2-3 weeks by listening to people who are great. And I'm not saying I'm great, but I'm pretty doggone good at open houses. I'm not a door knocker. If you want to learn how to door knock, listen to somebody who's great. Look at the best door knocker you can find in America and become his or her student. You want to do warm calls, your sphere calling? Oh, this guy's pretty good. How many homes you sell a year? 20? That's not your instructor. You want somebody who sells 200. Artemisa, the #1 Latino agent in America, lives in Minnesota. Learn from her. Sells 220 homes a year by herself, no buyer's agents. I've never met anyone who sells that many homes. Absolutely, she blew my mind. I invited her to my home in Puerto Rico and spent time with her for a week, her and her husband and their kids. I'm intentional and purposeful about hanging around people I can learn from. I just joined Tony Robbins. He has a business club. It's $250,000 just to be a part of it. And then you pay to show up in Scottsdale, pay to show up in Coeur d'Alene, pay to show up in West Palm Beach at Tony's house. Only 50 of us in the world. But guess what? I'd never, the CEO of Nordstrom is going to be there. I'd never meet him. The guy who runs Augusta, the famous golf tournament, the Masters, the Kentucky Derby. Oprah's going to be there from time to time. I'd never meet Oprah. I'm going to meet her now. But I'm paying for access. But it started with me paying for coaching at $497, and then paying for coaching at $797, then paying for coaching at $997, then paying for coaching at $1,500 a month, then $2,500 a month, then $5,000 a month. Then I paid for coaching at $10,000 a month. And now I'm paying for coaching at $250,000 a year for access. And then you take that information, because highly successful people look at things differently. They think differently, right? And so that's what you want to do. So you could take this concept of massive action and apply it to door knocking, apply it to cold calls. Remember In Pursuit of Happiness? Phone to phone to phone to phone to phone that Will Smith played the guy, because he did massive action and he had love in his heart. He had good energy, and you could door knock. You could, and you do it all with humble love, baby. Massive action with humble love. Massive action with humble love. Love them through the phone. Love them at the open house. Love them when you knock on the knock. Pray before you do the open house. Pray before you door knock. Pray before you call. Listen to music. Inspire. Get your state right. You ever see them coming to the Super Bowl? The football players, they have their Bose headset in, or Deeds, or whatever they're called. They got their headsets in, man. The boxers, they always got their headsets in. The gymnasts, they show up with their earbuds in, and they're listening to things that inspire them, to get them in the right state, to win a gold medal, to win the championship in tennis or Wimbledon or wrestling or slalom skiing. They're getting their state right. You approach real estate like a pro, you get paid like a pro. I started making $100,000 a month. I started making $200,000 a month. Before I got an EXP, I did get up to $288,000 net a month. It's pretty good pay, but I approached it with purpose and intention. Super intentional, super coachable, super purposeful, putting in massive action with a boatload of love, baby. A boatload of love. Learn to smile while you talk. You look at Zig Ziglar, it feels funny. This way, it feels good. It was uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. It used to be uncomfortable, but now I smile when I do an open house. I smile when I do a listing presentation. Like, yeah, I'd like to list your home. I think it's worth $3.8 million. And I'm going to do this, this, and this. And would you like to list the home? No, I really don't want to list the home. But if you're smiling to people, you take the time to get to know them. And so passion is infectious. Be passionate at open houses. I go, nobody could do for you what I can do for you. I already have an agent. Get rid of them. Get rid of your agent and go through me. Like, you can't say that. Oh, yes, I can. I could totally say that. Okay. I go, you've been looking with your agent for 6 months. Price has done nothing but go up for 6 months. Your agent has cost you money. I will find you your dream home in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Period. Let me look for you. You talk to people like that? Every single time I talk to people like that, they're like, okay, let the man look for us. And their agent doesn't know I exist. Now, hopefully their agent is signed a buyer broker with them. Not everyone has done that. So you got to ask, have you signed a buyer broker? It's a contract stating that you are going to buy through them, period. And if you buy through any agent, you owe them 2-3%. And no, I haven't signed that. Game on. Now, if they've signed that contract, do not coach them. They're owned by their agent. And at that point, you do have to back off. You just back off and wish them well. But not everybody has signed that piece of paper yet. And there's always new people to come in the market. And we're not serious enough yet. And the agents won't have them sign it till they actually want to see property. And people will resist signing it. So there's easily a way. And you get them, and then their agent doesn't know I exist. And I'm looking and looking and looking and looking every day with a sense of urgency. I'm calling people. Sean, you got any new listings? Shanaz, you got any new listings? Carmen, you got any new listings? David Lawson, Park City. David, you got any new listings? What do you got? I'm actually doing it. I'm moving every rock, moving every leaf. I'm not just going to the MLS. I'm going, who's a big listing agent? Oh, David Gerwell. He's an animal. David, what do you got coming on out in South Hilton Head? You got any new? Yeah, I got one coming on. It's 5.9 million. Where is it? Tell me all about it. I'm taking notes. And I call him back. Okay, I got one that's coming on in a week. I talked to David. He said I could come in the day before. And here's how you get in there. Well, no one ever lets me go the day before. I go, hey, Tristan, hey, David, I got a ton of listings too. You let me do this, guess what I'll do on my listings? I'll let you come a day early. We trade our listings like baseball cards. I know the players in this town. You need me. Trust me. If you are shopping a drip system, an MLS drip, your agent has me on a drip campaign, I automatically get them. You are shopping leftovers. You've been looking for 6 months. How's it working for you? You are shopping leftovers. And when you finally find a good one, everyone's going to fight over it and the price escalates and you're in a bidding war. If you can even find a good one, I'm going to find you an off-market product and you work like a dog to find one. That's how you make it in life. Love you guys. Hopefully this was beneficial today. And enjoy your day. Be passionate. Go love somebody. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Same time, same place, right here. I'll be in Puerto Rico next week. We'll see you there. Bye for now. Love you guys.